The calendar invite was the thing that did it. Calm, clinical, a little blue square on my wife's phone that said simply, "Dinner with D, 8." It might have been nothing, a mistaken appointment, but the way her hand tightened around her coffee when I showed it to her told me it was not a mistake. That tiny rectangle rearranged the furniture of our life. In the space of a minute, routines I had taken for granted, weekend brunches, the way she read the news aloud to me, the private language of our morning rituals, felt like props in a play I no longer recognized. We'd been together 12 years. There was a comfort to that length of time that is almost its own narcotic. Shared keys, inside jokes, the fact that you can finish each other's sentences without thinking. Betrayal, I learned, doesn't always arrive as a scandalous scream. Sometimes it slips in through the back door of ordinary schedules. "Who is D?" I asked, and my voice sounded smaller than the thought. Her eyes went very still. "Daniel," she said. "It's a client. Well, he's in product at their office. It's nothing. Just dinner about a potential partnership." Nothing, it turned out, was a generous word. The dinner was not about partnerships. The calendar was one of many little signs she had left in the margins. A lipstick stain on a sweater, a new playlist with songs that bent toward intimacy, a sudden attention to her hair that had nothing to do with my company. I could have confronted her with the invite and collapsed into performative fury. Instead, I did something less dramatic. I began to collect small facts. I am neither proud nor ashamed of this. Anger sometimes needs an archive. I read messages I shouldn't have read, traced timestamps, found photographs from trips she'd described as work-related that were in fact 2 nights at a coastal inn where their smiles bent the way they hadn't bent with me for months. When I confronted her properly, when I stopped pretending the telltale details were random, I expected excuses or an enraged denial. She surprised me by being honest in a way that hurt more. "It started with coffee," she said, voice flat with fatigue rather than theatrics. "He listened to things I never told you. He made me feel noticed." Those words landed like a verdict I hadn't written, a factual description of an emotional hemorrhage. She did not offer a flurry of apologies, she offered an account. She spoke of loneliness that wasn't my fault but was my consequence. Nights when I was physically there but absent, distracted by work and deadlines until the fabric of our togetherness had thinned. The other man, Daniel, was not a cartoon villain. He was soft-voiced and earnest when I met him in a neutral place near the river, carrying the kind of guilt that feels half like remorse and half like astonishment at the fact of being the pivot in someone else's life. He said, "I didn't seduce her.